Let me show you how you can use Power BI Drillthrough in 3 easy steps so that your users can be looking at a Power BI report page and can drill through to another page to see more details. We'll also be sharing 5 key drill through usage tips with you so that you look as sharp as a drill sergeant when using Power BI Drillthrough. Hey, I'm Avi Singh, Microsoft MVP and best-selling Power BI author. And if you want to become a Power BI Pro, make sure to click subscribe and hit that bell so you are notified whenever I go live to answer your Power BI questions. So let's set up our Power BI Drillthrough in 3 easy steps, and step 1 is to create the Drillthrough page. Let's see how it is done. So in this case, I have set up a Drillthrough page for country. So country is the field that I've chosen where I've decided to show more detail about the selected country. So of course, this is going to depend on your model, your report, and you're going to have to decide that, hey, which field do you want to see? Do you want to create a Drillthrough page for? And of course, after that, the next step would be to decide what measures, what visuals you show there. Now, of course, in here, I'm using a classic pattern, which I call the power pattern. I'm showing some high-level numbers at the top. I'm showing some trends. I'm showing some breakdowns. So again, once a user selects a country, they're gonna have a very good high-level picture of that. And of course, we have a map on the side as well. And you can see there's some toggle built in, so they can toggle and see this in table form, or they can just look at a map. So that is our step 1 to create the Drillthrough page. Now let's move on to step 2, which is to add the Drillthrough field. Now this is so easy to miss and hard to find if you don't know where to look. So once your Drillthrough page is set up, what I want you to focus on is to focus on the visualization. Hold on, let's try that again. On the visualization tab over here, and down at the bottom of this is what you should see. You should see this saying, hey, add drill through fields here, and that's our cue. So for here, again, we want the drill through to be activated by the country field. So we're going to go to our field list and grab the country field and just drag and drop it over here. So that's it. That was step 2, and step 3 is drill baby drill. That's it. That's all it takes. So now that we have added that country field on to that drill through fields over here, now this page has been enabled as a drill through field anywhere where that country field appears. So now if we go back to our main page, and now if you see, the country appears in this table over here, and it also appears in in this chart over here and in this table over here. But just by adding that field into that drill through, now it is enabled. So let's take a look. So all you have to do is right click, and when you go over to drill through, you have that option available, which wasn't there earlier. And there we go. You can see we have the United Kingdom data showing here, and of course all the interactivity is there. I can switch to a table, I can switch back to a map, I can of course click around here, and all the good stuff, right? So, and of course when I'm done examining this data, then I can simply click on the back button to go back. And as I said, anywhere that the country field is used, the drill down is going to be available. So in this table as well, notice the country field is in use. So here I can right click on France and say drill through, and I want to see that country's detail, and I'm taken to that page, and now I'm seeing France, and again it's fully interactive. And when I'm done examining, all I have to do is click back, and I'm back at the page where I started. So that was as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now let's look at our 5 usage tips, and our drill sergeant is back. So number 5, give the page a good name. And this is important because the name of the page, so again, what I'm talking about is this thing here, so country detail. So I made sure I gave it a good name, didn't call it page 1 or something like that, because that is the name that's going to show up in this drill through menu. It's going to be the exact name. So you want it to be something meaningful for the user. Number 4, to change the back button. Now, let's go back to our page here. And what I'm going to do is, I already had a back button, which is actually an image, and I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to remove the drill down on country field from here. Oops. All right, so that is gone, and now I'm going to turn it back again to a drill through. So watch what happens here. So again, I'm going to grab that country field and put that in here. Now by default, what Power BI does is, if you notice that it added a back button of its own, and this is nothing special. This you could have added yourself by going to the buttons and click the back button, but Power BI does this automatically for you if a back button doesn't exist. Now this button isn't bad, you can use that, and it's definitely going to work, right? So you click it and it takes you back to the report and everything is functional, but sometimes I just like to use a different button, maybe something a little more explicit. Now of course, what I did for that is I just clicked on an image and grabbed an image from there. By the way, you can download this image if you like it, and of course a copy of this file to examine it in more detail at the link shown here, learnpowerbi.com/download. So once you have that image, what you would need to do is you would need to go to the action setting over here and turn it on and set that as a back button. And this would work now as the default back button that Power BI had added. So again, I can click this and go back, and I can drill through, come in, and click it to go back. So again, I mean, it's your choice, but I like to use a more explicit button which tells the user that, hey, you can click this to go back. Number 3 is that know that you can change the size, the page size of the drill through page. Now, of course, you wouldn't do this in every case, but I'll show you one example of a drill through page. So we also have this country demographic detail, and you notice that what I've done here, I've changed the size of this page, and that's pretty easy to do. You can just go in here and choose a different page size, kind of custom. So I really reduce the width of this page, and let's turn this page into a drill through page as well. So I'm going to add country over here, and now this is another drill through page. So now if somebody goes back and clicks on Germany and drill through, and now you notice that both of those pages are available. But you know what I like about changing the page size is that it's a very clear reminder to them that this page is different. You know, just visually they can see that, oh, there's something different about this page because the size is different. And so, you know, I don't know, it helps. I think it helps them a little bit understand that, hey, now I need to go back and click on the back button. Let's go on to number 2. Number 2, this I almost always use for my drill through pages, which is I use a dynamic label at the top to show the selection. Now, obviously, you may expect that the user is going to remember what they clicked, but you know, sometimes you never know. I mean, they might thought that they would right click on the United Kingdom, but maybe by mistake they right clicked on Germany or something like that, or anything like that. And if you notice in my drill through report, there is a card display here which is showing their current selection, and you can easily set that up using a simple measure. And again, I would let you download the file and examine that in more detail, but I've seen that showing the selection kind of makes things run a lot smoother when users are navigating between the main report and the drill through. We're at number 1, and my number 1 tip here is to hide the drill through page. And you might have noticed in here that if you notice this has this icon which shows that means that it's hidden, and that's pretty simple to do. All you have to do is right click on the page and select this box. Now the funny thing is, if you're working in Power BI desktop, then this would not make any sense because the page isn't hidden at all. You're like, dude, I can see you, right? You're not invisible. But really, this comes into effect when you publish this report online. Let's take a look. So here we have the same report published online to the Power BI service, to PowerBI.com. And you can see here that we do not have those pages showing up. You can't see them at all, which is really nice because it kind of keeps it uncluttered, keeps it really clean, and you know that those pages are accessible to anybody just a right click away. So when they do drill through, then they see that page and they can navigate back and then maybe do a different drill through and go to that, and those pages kind of almost magically show up even though they're nowhere here. And I think that makes the navigation really cool. Make sure to click in the corner and check out our additional drill through videos. These would be coming soon, so we'll add it in the corner. The next topic we want to focus on is, we just showed you kind of one way to drill through. There are actually quite a few different ways you can use drill through. So we're going to cover that. And drill through isn't always the best strategy. In fact, I often use different approaches, and we would like to cover that with you and talk about the pros and cons. If you're just starting with Power BI or you keep getting stuck, then make sure to check out our complete step-by-step Power BI tutorial. And again, that's in the corner as well. And make sure to subscribe and join me for my live Talk Power BI show each Friday. Until next time, power on, my friend. Hey, keep watching more videos and keep learning Power BI. But if you did enjoy this video, I would love to hear from you. So leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Power on, my friends.